Bum ba da bum 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 ba da bum 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 ba da bum 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 ba da bum bum bum.
You
Salutations,
cut out in
my
the
lord.
middle of your salutations. You went
Oh.
salutations.
You sound fine for me.
Well, did it? Salutations, my lords and ladies. Yes, it is your beloved movie connoisseurs back at it again. But we have a surprise guest. But before I bring him up, let us do how we usually like to do it here. Like to do a little quick synopsis. So, what movie are we talking about today? Well, it's not a bird, it's not a plane. Yes, it is the Superman movie. We will be going over that and doing a review. If you haven't seen the movie yet, get out of here. You got to go see that movie and come back because there's going to be spoilers, heavy duty spoilers. And you already know how we like to run it here. So, be prepared for that. You have been warned. But going forward, I am the connoisseur himself, E-Man. We got
Master Cinema, it's over here. It's Machi.
Yep, it's Machi. And then we also got the surprise guest himself.
Me, the Duke of Gaming. I don't have any air horns, but I'll put them in post.
Put him in post! Yes, we have the Duke of Gaming along with us today. He knows a lot about Superman and the DC in itself. And he has a lot to say, so I wanted to bring him along to bring it in. Out of all three of us, I'm not really a big Superman fan, but I 100% still wanted to go see this movie. So a lot of the majority will be both of them talking. So let's just get right into it. First question, and I'm going to direct it for both of y'all first. But I'm going to go to Machi first, of course. Machi, so hands down, what did you think of the movie overall? Just give me that first synopsis.
Okay. This is very much a Superman movie. This is a movie specifically targeted towards Superman fans, right? So it's very. Oh no, it's not difficult to grade. I wouldn't say it's difficult to grade. It's a 6 out of 10 movie, right? I came in expecting this to be like really big. Maybe the hype got to me a bit too much, right? It's an okay movie. Out of all, but it's a very good movie if you're a Superman fan that you will love it a lot.
Logan.
This was a solid 6 out of 10. I could not agree more. This was honestly a disappointment for me.
Oh, really? I am surprised to hear that.
Yeah.
That's not even sarcasm.
No, it's just we'll get into it.
I would say this movie was like hands down. It kind of reminded me a little bit of why I don't really mess with Superman. Like, low-key, I'm not gonna cap. Without a doubt, though, this was a good movie. In my opinion, this was a good movie. I would definitely be in the 6 to 10 range, along with my co-stars for this video. It's like a movie where, like, to me, it's not something I wouldn't really need to hate on or anything like that. Like, it was like a consistent story. We got the Superman stuff. We got the characters helping him, saving the day. We got him kind of dealing with like his antagonist, like Luthor, and just it all just boils down to just how Superman is. But like I like one thing I do say I like about it is that they kind of went into some of the things that Superman does and holding him accountable for some of the stuff that he does, since he has all that power. Like, that great power comes great responsibility kind of thing. But going forward, some of it was mad corny. There are little things I didn't really like. But regardless though, in my opinion, I feel like as for like Superman fans, I think they would have definitely enjoyed this movie. But next question I have, and I'm going to start with Machi again. So Machi, what are some problems you had with this movie? Be honest.
All right. First of all, this is a hard thing. I felt like this movie was kind of all over the place. Like, there's definitely a core to this that it was following, right? And it was sticking to, and it was focusing on. But when it came to whether it wanted to be more dramatic or more funny or more serious, it just didn't really mix together all that well for me. Right? Like, there are definitely scenes in here where it's like, yeah, let's tackle. This is the world, right? This is the superhero world we're in. We're already in it. We're in the thick of it already. And that's fine. That's good, right? But it especially hit me in the scene where Superman and Lois are talking after the whole reveal of Superman's parents comes out, and you can just see the background of them fighting, and it's a very emotional moment between them. But then it's also trying to kind of make you laugh about the hilariousness of he's not going to go out there and fight that monster because the other team's got it. Don't worry about it, right?
Yeah.
That really just clicked to me. Like, okay, it doesn't know how to balance itself all that well.
Okay, that makes sense. What about you, Logan? What were some big like what are your biggest problems about this movie? Because it seems like you were really like, oh gosh.
I have a few big things in mind, but if I'm trying to like figure out the biggest problem I had with it, it's just for me, the whole time I was sitting there, it didn't feel like a Superman movie. I'm used to the Christopher Reeves like old school like original Superman movies. That's what I grew up on, and my dad is this huge Superman fan. So like that's what I have to go off of. Man of Steel, I didn't hate it. I didn't mind it. I think I probably like Man of Steel more than this, which is probably a hot statement. But it just the whole time it
Ooh.
was just like it felt like I was watching a fanfic of Superman on
Yes.
YouTube.
Yes.
Yo, that's such a good point. That is a very good point.
The whole time I had to sit there, and already this is supposed to be like the jumpstart of the new DC universe, right? So there's
Yeah,
already
James
like a
Gunn
whole bunch
universe.
of expectations behind it, and I had high expectations going into it. So I had to peel back whole like layers upon layers of expectations to be able to sit there and actually enjoy the movie. And that's why I gave it a 6 out of 10, because the whole time I was bouncing between like a 5 and like a 6.5, and it do something really corny like Lamacha you were just saying, where the Justice Gang, or again, that it's very James Gunn to have like little jokes here and there, like the back and forth about the Justice Gang name and this and that, but like
Yeah.
them in the background fighting that thing. Very again emotional moment of Superman flying in, and he's talking with Lois. Like that was a good scene, but it felt undermined because of the stuff that was going on in the background, and that's just the tug of war I
Yeah.
felt throughout the entire movie, where there was like something really good and really serious and something that fit Superman and fit DC, and then it was kind of James
Taken away.
Gunnified,
Yeah.
and there was like a joke, or there was something that made it a little less than serious.
As for me, this is what I want to say. Not gonna lie, I don't know. This is gonna sound crazy. A little bit of me was kind of getting Lex Luthor's pettiness going into this film with everything that was happening, especially all the corniness, bro. It's just I don't know. A lot of the time when I was watching that movie, like there were good elements of it where some of the comedy was good, but other times it was just like, why is this there? Like, what is the point of this? Like we're going from like serious to stupid, serious to stupid, serious to stupid. And I'm just like sitting here like I couldn't keep up. I couldn't keep up. There were like going back to your point, Logan, of the whole like monster fight with like the Justice Gang, like fighting that big jellyfish eye amalgamation while Superman's talking with Lois. Dude, I couldn't tell if I was supposed to pay attention to the fight or pay attention to the sad moment, because I was like, what if I guess maybe like the fight's gonna like turn to them, but that fight had nothing to do with anything. That was just like a little like, oh, check out this cool fight scene, but Superman's going through it right now. Like it's really just him talking about like the loss of his dog and everything like that. And like it's like the like I mean honest with you, I feel like most times like the dog even had more like screen time than like most of
Yeah,
like the major characters. I was like, why are we so focused on Crypto? I thought this
yeah.
was like it felt like even like most parts like we were focused on like Crypto and everything, and I was confused. I don't know. There's some things about the movie where I was just like I couldn't tell where my focus should be for this movie the entire time.
Right. If I
Like
can say another thing to just go
yes,
off
you
on
can.
that, that's literally what it was, right? It it didn't it was a Superman movie. Of course it was. His name is the title. He's the main character, But number one did not feel like Superman, and number two, it barely even felt like a Superman movie because there was this huge plot around everything else going on.
It's a setup movie.
It's absolutely a setup movie.
Mm-hmm.
It's very much setting up the wider world of this new DC cinematic universe, right? And that's the biggest problem of the movie. It's a Superman movie, but it's not a Superman movie. It's the whole problem is you're setting it in these 3 years into this. A bunch of the plot of the people mainly know about Superman has already been done and handled. Now you're going on with this new problem that is connected to the wider world and scope and vision of things that are to come.
Another thing I kind of want to ask both of you was like, how did y'all find like the acting? Like, for instance, okay, the first things first. How did David, like, in y'all both honest to God opinion, David Cornsweet, is that how you say his name? Cornsweet or whatever. Cornsweet. David Cornsweet. How did he, in your opinion, as Superman fans, how did he do as Superman? Machi.
He was fine.
Okay. Nothing else, or just he was fine?
Nothing else. He was fine. I didn't hate him. I liked him. I liked the performance he gave. I liked the way he held himself throughout the movie. I really enjoyed seeing his more emotional moments and the way he had to interact or just move throughout the scenes. I like that, right? He did a very good job on that, right? I can't say I hated his dialogue. The only dialogue part throughout the whole movie I didn't like was the whole speech thing, right? I understood it, I just didn't like it, didn't think it was needed and all that. But throughout the movie, he was given a great performance.
Yeah. What about you, Logan?
I didn't hate it. I don't think he doesn't feel like Superman to me yet. But that could just be because of billion other things were going on in the movie for me to not really care for it. But his acting in general, all the acting, all of the actors, I think did a good job playing their parts. But the direction of the characters themselves, most of them I didn't like.
Yes.
Can you give me an example?
All right, so here's you're gonna hate me at the end of this, E-Man.
Okay.
I do not like Nicholas Hoult as Lex Luthor. I don't like him at all. I don't like it. I think he is a great actor. I think he acted Lex Luthor super well, but he is not Lex Luthor. He did not.
That is fine. That is fair.
Give Lex Luthor vibes to me at all. When he tried to be, it felt forced. I don't even think that's an acting thing because I was able to tell myself, yes, okay, this makes sense. I can see this happening in real life. But knowing Lex Luthor as a character and seeing him as Lex Luthor is, again, like, it's another one of those reasons why it just felt like a fan fiction, like, YouTube indie film of Superman the entire time. My favorite character was Lois Lane. I think her character, period, and the acting was on point. I think she did everything perfectly.
Absolutely. All right. In my opinion, for like everything both of y'all said. Okay, first things first. David Cornsweet's character as Superman. I honestly think he did a good job, hands down. I know this is like a before like we get into like more and more stuff with him later down the line. But as for his first movie as Superman, in my honest opinion, like I feel like he fit the kind of like when I imagine Superman, I think of lame, corny, like the all like superhero, like can't be touched. And like he kind of fit that, like especially when he's trying to be like, whoa, dude, that's not cool. Or like let's do great things. Like he was fitting that vibe, especially like I mean, I don't know. I bet he was cringing sometimes with some of the lines. I'm not gonna lie. Like especially I was cringing. But like to me, that's Superman at his aesthetic. Like he's like that brave, like always good, like not really that dark, just that little sunlight. I mean, I don't like it, but he did that well. Yeah, like I don't like it, but he did a good job of it. Going forward, my favorite character, hands down, with probably not even probably, it was absolutely positively Mr. Terrific. I think Eddie Gathig. I'm sorry, viewers. Like I've said before, I'm bad at names, so just don't hold me to it. But Mr. Terrific, I loved him. I think he did a really good job. He was a vibe. Lois Lane, I'm glad that you mentioned Lois Lane, Logan, because she was top tier. Rachel, Bro Sanahan, yes, I think I got that. She did a great job, especially because Lois is like the backbone of Superman, especially in the comics. Like she is legit that backbone. I mean, why do you think they see like CW and all those other series made like Superman and Lois or the what was that? What's that live action
Lois
TV
and
show?
Clark.
Lois and Clark, yeah, all that stuff. Like Lois is a she is a peak character that is the importance of just like Superman and who he is as a person. She brings out his humanity in a sense. If to really get to it, like she brings out his humanity. She is strong without even having like the powers and abilities. She's the reason he got saved in the first place. She went to the Justice Gang's headquarters, terrible name, Justice Gang headquarters, and was like, "Yo, y'all need to lock in and save your boy. I don't care any kind of controversy." You know, this one thing I will say, and I really do like that they took the time to make sure that this happens. She had top tier journalism integrity. To even the point where she's like interviewing Superman at the very beginning, and she's being very like a good moderator. She's being neutral. Like she's like, yes, they're well. I don't like. She was trying to like low key call like they're not dating or whatever. Weird. That's besides the point. That little gif here and there. I was like, Mr. Triff, I didn't want to hear all that. But bottom line, when she was doing the whole interview, I liked the fact that she was like getting at him. She was interviewing him. Like she wasn't just like, oh, I get that, babe. Like that's cool. Like no, she was like, listen, I understand why you did it, but at the same time, you need to think about these things. And I like that. I appreciate that. To go to your Lex Luthor point, Logan, I'm not going to hate on you. Want to know why? Because I do understand what you mean. Especially when I think of Lex Luthor, I think of like, yeah, like the things I did like about Nicholas Holt's Lex Luthor, because I love Nicholas Holt. He's one of my favorite actors, hands down. Right? He does well. This is the thing that he does good with, especially like for other films, especially like if any viewers have seen Catherine the Great TV show on Hulu, right? He does well with those kind of like petty, like narcissistic characters, right? And in my opinion, he fit like Lex Luthor's like crazy cleanliness to Superman, especially like when he starts crashing out when Superman escaped and like he literally tossed the cup, and I'm not gonna lie, that whole making the cup drop in slow motion dramaticism and him throwing the pencil at his like I guess like girlfriend at the moment. I don't know what the girlfriend's name was
Eve.
at the time. Eve, yeah, Eve. He's throwing the pencil at Eve and stuff like that. He's yelling and screaming, or when he's doing like he says like the whole code word to get the clone to keep punching Superman. He's like punching in the air, like boom, boom, boom. I was like, that's the pettiness. But there's something like, but here's the thing though, Lex Luthor to me isn't really that like he's cool, calm, and collected. In my opinion, I feel like Lex Luthor is way more cool, calm, and collected than like Nicholas Holt's Lex Luthor. Nicholas Holt's Lex Luthor was more kind of like immature, like it's not fair. He's all powerful, and I hate it. Ah! Like that's how like that like it literally felt like how I usually complain when it comes to all powerful characters. And like I don't want to see that. Lex Luthor is like Lex Luthor's like, listen, I don't care what you are. I don't care who you are. You are a thing I need to take care of. You are bad for business. Like it's like that, like kind of situation. Like he's cool, calm, and collected. He's got that aura. My man's got waves, like Mr. Osborn, bro. Like from like what's that dude's name from like Osborn, Norman Osborn. He's like legit. He's like Norman Osborn. No, I'm just saying the character, like how
Spider-Man.
Yes, from Spider-Man. Like, he's like Osborn and Lex Luthor are both billionaire, aura-filled, like they know how to handle it. They're cool, calm, and collected. It's like, especially like for instance, when he was crying after he got exposed, I was like, dog, that's not. I'm sorry, like Lamacha, I know you said that like some points like Lex Luthor is petty and like he feels that way. Like I understand that, but I'm sorry, Lex Luthor wouldn't cry to that, bro. He would be frustrated, but he wouldn't cry. I'm sorry. When he was busting a tear, I was like, dog, there's no way. That man is petty. That man is he doesn't care what it is, especially because like he doesn't care about how the people view him. Lex Luthor's just gonna do Lex Luthor. He's a ruler. He doesn't care about his subjects. So that's why that was kind of my feeling too. So I do understand your point. Did I still love him as a character? Yes. I think that Nicholas Hoult did a good job for what he had to do. But was he an amazing Lex Luthor? No, I think he needed to be a lot more ruthless, a lot more cool, calm, and collected. Like my favorite part is like when he's walking into like the Fortress of Solitude, and he's just aura farming. Like Engineer and Ultraman are taking out all the robots. He's just walking, like especially like when like that one robots like coming to attack him, and then like, he gets blown up by engineer, and he just like kind of dodges the like the explosion a little bit while he's walking in. Like that's Lex Luthor, cool and calm, like ready to go. I don't really give a care about nothing. I just like my bands, my money, my watches. Like that's it. That's just how I felt about it. But overall, I feel like the acting, and in a sense, especially like Nathan Fillion's Hal Jordan. Wait, it's not Hal Jordan. It's
Guy Gardner.
No, it's not Jordan.
Guy Gardner. Thank you, Guy.
Thank you.
Yeah, Guy Gardner. Yeah, that's it. I think Nathan Fillion fit Guy Gardner to a T, because Guy Gardner is like the most like annoying individual in the DC universe, bro.
Yeah, he was really good at playing the jerk.
Yeah, he was really good at playing the jerk. You know, this one thing I will say though, some people don't like the fact that for Isabella Marced's Hawk Girl, that she killed that the leader of the B country. Like some people didn't like that. How did y'all feel about that? I didn't care about it either. I thought that was cool.
Fine.
Yeah, I thought that was cool.
People didn't like that? What do you mean they didn't like that?
I don't know. They said like some people were like, I can't believe like the in James Gunn universe, Hawk Girl kills somebody. Like she's a superhero, she don't kill. But like some people in the comments like,
so they have not seen any
exactly.
Hawk Girl comics. Like the most famous thing ever done with Hawk Girl was that whole thing in the Justice League where she is kind of on both sides of a, oh yeah, my people are gonna lead this literal takeover of Earth.
Yeah. So I was fine with that. That's like the rebuttal a lot of people give for people who don't like that she killed somebody. Is like Hawk Girl literally be like dropping bodies like in like the comics, and that's facts.
A lot of superheroes kill. Wonder Woman kills.
Oh yeah, the whole like no killing rule only applies to like hardcore applies to Spider-Man and Batman. It still applies to Superman. And I was more butthurt that he kind of let Ultraman die. Like I understand why, but at the same time in my mind I was like, wait a minute, Superman just knowingly let him die. That also didn't feel like Superman to me.
I liked it. But like I've said before, viewers, I'm not a big Superman fan, but honestly, I thought that made him a little darker. I liked it. I was
that's not what Superman's for. He's a symbol of hope. He's a symbol of hope.
Bruh. That's cool and all, but like,
and you're supposed to find his humanity in him by his being weak when he's literally invincible. That's the point of Superman.
Clone him had to go, bro. He had to go straight to that black hole, and I understood that. I understood that whole entire thought process.
There are certain and special cases where Superman will kill. I don't feel like this was one of them.
He was a nuisance. He had to get taken out. And bro, but that's not like the bull didn't suffer a little bit when he was doing. Like he had to like physically dislocate. I don't even know if it was his arm or he dislocated his entire arm. Like and then like let the thing get like let his clone get thrown into that bus and then sent in. Like that kill was warranted, in my opinion. I understand what y'all mean, but to my fan, that clone needed to go. He was a nuisance. He needed to get checked out. Any closing remarks for both of you, Machi?
Okay. There's Superman, right? He's a hard character to bring to the big screen, right? I don't think anyone Christopher Reeves has done it well, and he only did it well twice out of 4 times, right?
Yeah.
And the whole thing is, his story is, I think it's a bit too long-winded to really just be summed up in a movie. It feels like Superman's whole story works better in the comic books or as like a TV show, like Smallville, right?
Yeah.
So it's really difficult to try and condense it, especially when you're trying to set this up for a new cinematic universe into such a small package.
Okay.
Gotcha.
I've got 2 final things to say. Number 1, I'd like to start off by making a prediction. I think, and this might be crazy, and you know what, I'm probably super wrong, and this is very dependent on how the rest of James Gunn's DC universe goes. But I think in, I don't know, 10, 15, maybe 20 years, I think people are going to look back and not like this movie.
Yeah.
I think it's gonna fade away, and it's not not just normal fade away. I think it's gonna be actively like, the whole meme of Thanos looking at, uh, oh gosh, what was Gamora's sister's name? Nebula.
Nebula.
Thanos looking at
yeah.
Nebula and being like, perhaps I treated you too harshly. Like that's what people are gonna be posting, but they're gonna be looking at like Man of Steel and the other DC products.
No, I wouldn't say Man of Steel. I think Man of Steel is a bad Superman movie.
I do agree. I think it's not. I don't think it's Superman, but I think it's more Superman than this one was. But it's a different vibe. It's a different type of Superman. But
No.
that's just the example I'm giving. I think
I'd have to say this movie is the weakest James Gunn movie I've ever seen.
yeah, it's
Yeah, I would agree with that, Machi. I would 100% agree with that.
I think
I've
that's
seen
just
better.
because it works. It always goes back to the whole suspension of disbelief thing for me. I think it works so much. It's just so easy to take a cast of characters and a I guess a comic like the Guardians of the Galaxy and make a James Gunn movie because he's good at making these crazy plotted super sci-fi weird movies. Again, Superman, it gets away with it because it is Superman, it is DC. But I think that's it's really cutting it close to be able to scrape by and let it be okay. But anyway, nonetheless, I think in a few years people are gonna look back on this movie and have a different opinion than they do now. Not that it was a bad movie; it was a good movie. The last thing I want to say as a closing remark is, if you were worried about James Gunn's control over DC, it's safe. DC is safe in James Gunn's hands. It's different than what I was expecting. I don't know how it's going to work with different directors or how much control he's going to maintain over it. I know he's technically in the Kevin Feige, whatever the guy's name is for Marvel. He's that role, but for DC now. Is it Feige?
Yeah.
Okay. He's like that role, so I trust him being in that role. I don't know how it's gonna be if he's more hands-on for later films, but it's safe in his hands.
Going forward with him, we're going forward with what James Gunn is doing, right? I think he's fine, specifically in this role of overlooking these things, right?
Yeah.
But I think he's gonna need some help, staying more on topic, right? I think I can definitely see where his vision for this is going. He's definitely building up to more metahumans coming in, right? Coming in to make the Justice League, which is going to be this group that decides whether it's okay to go in somewhere and save people and all that, right?
Yep.
But he's going to need some help really fleshing out some of these characters and setting in better plots. I think he's going to be good with bringing out more of the older things that are in comics that people might not know about.
Yeah.
But he's going to need some more help bringing it together and condensing it into a better, tightly written script.
Gotcha. As for me, I just want to agree with Logan, just saying that I do believe that DC is safe in James Gunn's hands. I can't wait to do. Oh, I can't wait. Sorry, not can't wait to do. I just can't wait to see what he does with it. Because most of the time I don't really like watching DC movies a lot myself. But I think going forward, I'm just gonna keep locking in and trying my hardest to just put in the effort to go see them, just to see where things progress and where things go. Especially just being the movie, one of the movie connoisseurs, I gotta do it. Gotta make sure I do it, not just because I feel like I need to, but because I want to, because I want to be informed. I love all things of fiction. Lastly, I just want to say, viewers, thank y'all for tuning in for this Superman review. If you, please, of course, we always love hearing in the comments what y'all thought about the movie. Who was your favorite character? What did you think about David Cornsweat's Superman? What did you think about the other characters? What do you think about Lois Lane? How did you feel about Lex Luthor? Everything. Give us everything. We love hearing it. We love reading it. Just hit us up, yo. But until next time, this has been the Connoisseur. This has been the Master Cinema. This has been the Duke of Gaming. And I just want to bid y'all a farewell until next time, my dear viewers. Peace.
Goodbye.
Bye.